Hi, everybody. This is the baseball, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, and this is another visit to the insane asylum known as WFAN.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha, to the funny fun.
Now, welcome back to the baseball hut, where we like to sort of, talk about Major League Baseball and our favorite team, America's team, New York Mets. But we also like to sort of critique the media, who is very, very inconsistent, extremely inconsistent. You won't find that here at me. And I'm probably the one, person on social media that will hammer them and hammer them and hammer them into oblivion, quite frankly, because they're inconsistent. And there's no more inconsistent individual, particularly at WFAN, than Sal the Spaz Licata. Now, in the last episode, or what we've been talking about for the last year, is Sal Licata has been attacking Mets first baseman Pete Alonso. The big hubbub last year was that he called him toxic, that he wasn't conducive to the winning potential of the Mets ball club. He and his partner, Brandon, a.k.a. the Coconut Tierney, have been attacking him relentlessly for almost over a year. It's about maybe 16 months. From the middle of August of 2023, basically up until he hit the home run against Devin Williams, they have been attacking him. And Pete slammed it right in their face and shoved it right up there, when he hit the home run to beat the Brewers. But they have been incessantly attacking the Mets for over a year and a half. The whole entire radio station's mantra is whatever the Mets do is wrong, and when they do it right, it's still wrong. And that's been their mantra for 35 years. No matter what the Mets did, it was garbage. And they were very disrespectful, which is the word in this video, about how they treated Mets president of baseball operations 4 days to him being hired by Steve Cohen and the Mets. Greg Giannotti, in the morning, suggested that the Mets should fire him after 4 days if they were to trade Pete Alonso during the season. And meanwhile, every individual at the radio station has one point or another attacked Pete and attacked the Mets in a way that's so bizarre. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I've been chronicling it very strongly over the last year. And in fact, WFN has gone out of their way to invade our space on YouTube. And that's the only way I can say, where they're doing all these live streams and all this crap, trying to, hold down the narrative of what's really going on at this radio station. Now, I'm going to read you from Odyssey. Now, as you know, Odyssey puts out all these different blurbs that they put out during their shows. But they've cut back on it because they know that I'm reading it. Well, this got through because it's the holiday week, and somebody didn't get the memo. I would mention that they don't really do much on the weekends, which is great for me. So when they make fools of themselves, it's wonderful. But again, this is again attacking the Mets at all costs. Now, prior to the Mets signing Juan Soto, Sal Licata said if the Mets did not sign Juan, it was a failed offseason. That seems to be their word du jour at WFN. When the Mets don't sign a player, it's a failed offseason. I want to point something out. When the Mets signed Juan Soto, I was live on stream. I did not do the hooping and hollering and screaming and jumping up and down like it's New Year's Eve. I don't do that. But they all jumped up and down like fools. You do not win the World Series in the offseason, okay? You win it during the season. And that's when you cheer. But that's what they did, which I thought was pathetic, in my view. I mean, you want to cheer for it, fine. But that's not how I am as a person. It's not who I am, how I react to things. But you don't win the season during the offseason. Last year, they said the Mets had a failed offseason because they didn't make any big moves. And they said they weren't, and they went to the postseason. He reads the article. Sal, or Spaz, Mets playing dangerous game with Pete Lonzo, who could feel disrespected. Now, the thing about the Coconut and the Spaz, last year they were saying, and I have clips on your host's phone, of them saying that Pete did not want to be with the Mets. He wanted to leave the Mets. That he was sick and tired of being with the Mets. He wanted out. I've heard nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. Now I want to read you something which I thought was very funny as this article begins. According to reports, I mentioned that for a very simple reason. WFAN went after a Major League Baseball insider, John Heyman, when they had him on an interview. Keith DEI McPherson attacked John Heyman during his show when he had him on as a guest, when he didn't need to have him on. So this is where this report is coming from. According to John Heyman's reports, the Mets and Pete Alonso are far apart in their contract negotiations, which is leaving Spaz Licata concerned. All of a sudden he's concerned that the homegrown Met could sign elsewhere this winter. He wanted him to be gone. And I have on the Baseball Hut too, video after video after video of Spaz Licata attacking Pete Alonso. I'll put the link into the playlist. Video after video after video. And again, John Heyman should have gotten credit for this, but because they are at war with John Heyman, can't do it. How professional WFAN is, aren't they? Carlos Baerga reported it, and he is a former Met, also a former client of Scott Boras. Reported the Mets offered Lonzo a 3-year, $90 million contract with opt-outs after each year. And Spaz says that would be a borderline disrespectful move by New York, when they could prompt Alonso to seek out another team where he would feel more value. Spaz, you didn't value him last year. You pissed and bitched and moaned that you didn't want him here. Quote, the Mets are playing a dangerous game of chicken with Pete Alonso, Spaz said. You wanted him gone, Sal. Sal, you wanted him out of here. And I also would mention, he works at SNY. He never mentioned that he did not want Pete here. Quote, bottom line is this. You can say that the first basemen are off the board and the Mets have the leverage now. But who's going to replace Pete Alonso in that lineup? I mean, who's going to protect Juan Soto? I'm all ears because I don't see any answers. I will mention this. He's bald. You can't miss his ears. He's not covering up his ears with any hair. Outside of a trade, who is going to be the bat to protect Juan Soto? You can't just say Juan Soto is in so the offense is better. It's supposed to be Juan Soto plus Pete Alonso. Asshole, you did want Pete here. Plus, they still need a DH. Most of the top first basemen available outside of Alonso have been taken, which could continue to lower Alonso's value. But Spaz says the Mets need to be careful and not disrespect their homegrown star, as it could lead to them losing critical protection for Soto in the middle of the lineup. Let me read you the end of this. Quote, right now the market is crap, Spaz said. But that doesn't mean that Pete Alonso is upset or insulted or hurt by how the Mets are operating. If the Mets did offer him 3 years at $90 million, that is borderline disrespectful. If all things are equal and someone will actually say that, the prices come down on Alonso and get involved. And maybe Pete says, screw you, Mets. You had your chance, but I'm out of here. Now, later on he said that this would be a failed offseason. Why is the offseason so important in terms of the season? If you're building a good team, it's all about the team. It's not about contracts and bringing in these named players. And at the same time, you have inconsistencies from the host of WFAN. This is why people write to me all the time, say, you just listen to WFAN, and it's just not any good. It's not when Mike and the Mad Dog were there, who two Met-hating hosts, by the way. And here's the thing about Spaz, he's a Mets fan, but you wouldn't know it. He's trying to be fair, Hut. It's full of shit. So desperate to get ratings, and so desperate for clicks, this contract is more than fair in terms of the years. And maybe he could ask for more years, but the money is more than fair. It's way above more than what Freddie Freeman has from the Dodgers. Okay, and that's the standard. But for Spaz to sort of indicate that this would be a failure by the Mets, it's full of shit. This again, he knows his audience. His audience is negative negative Met fans, extremely bitter Yankee fans. Now, I mean, the negativity and the hatred and the anger coming from the Yankee fans and all the people surrounding the Yankees. I did a video on the Baseball Hut too about Sean Casey, who was a Yankee coach for half a season, but he's good friends with Aaron Boone. He's so bitter that the Mets signed Juan Soto and he didn't stay with the Yankees and their aura, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the sound of aura from the Yankees. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the aura of the New York Yankees. The sound of the cash register. But, again, this is another episode of the Insane Asylum known as WFAN.
They're coming to take me away, ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, ha ha. To the funny fun.